What's up, guys? I'm BTC. There's no cause for concern when this Guardian is around, the Viskkar tank, Tarak. One of the things I'm trying to do with these hero concepts is build a larger universe of lore, and you'll notice that with the story for Tarak, it's going to expand upon a previous character and also give some possible hints into the future. If you'd like to see more hero concepts, there'll be a playlist link down in the description of this video. Shout out to X-SEIDE-T, who helps me with the artwork, and as always, if you enjoy the video, please make sure to share it on social media. It helps a lot. The hero creation method I used for Tarak was to design the hero with specific abilities to fit a need within the game, and in this case, the need was to protect the backline supports. This is what Brigitte was originally supposed to do, but unfortunately she ended up doing a lot more and was disruptive. So I was trying to have that same goal, just without as much disruption. The goals for Tarak were to create a tank that can offer that backline protection. And to help facilitate this, it would provide fast but limited movement towards your teammates. And lastly, I wanted it to be an Omnic that was created by Viskkar, because in-game right now we only have Symmetra as the only character from Viskkar. I did create another DPS named Jules, who is also working for Viskkar, but I wanted to have a tank from that organization as well. The Viskkar Corporation is always seeking to expand into new areas and new products. This desire for growth can sometimes cause difficulties for the company. One such recent incident occurred when some highly sensitive material was nearly stolen by an unknown Omnic. Thankfully, the briefcase containing the information was recovered, and also as a bonus, led to the employment of a new and valuable agent. However, this incident revealed that current Viskkar security measures were inadequate, particularly when it came to protecting Viskkar leadership. Several suggestions were brought forward and dismissed until finally the idea of using an Omnic as a personal bodyguard was approved. However, the Omnics being constructed by rival companies simply would not do. Beyond the standard security concerns, many at Viskkar regarded previous models of Omnics as crude and primitive technology. A newer, more sophisticated model was necessary. Elegant and efficient in its design, this Omnic would be primarily constructed from hardlight materials and incorporate the absolute finest in Viskkar technology. After its construction was complete, Viskkar proclaimed this model to be the finest and most advanced Omnic ever created. Tarak is an off-tank. While he does provide substantial damage mitigation, it's only for a short duration, and there is a moderate cooldown. We're going to start with his primary weapon, the Photon Cannon. The type is a projectile, damage is 12, it can critical, rate of fire is 1 per 0.1 seconds, spread angle is 0, projectile speed is 60 meters per second, ammo is 60, and the reload time is 1.5. This is a more heavy-duty version of what Symmetra has, particularly the alternate fire. The difference being is that Tarak's weapon can critical, but it doesn't have the AoE impact, unlike Symmetra's. A good visualization for this would be Symmetra's alternate attack, but in a little more rapid fire. Although, funny enough, that wasn't the actual inspiration for the Photon Cannon. What I had in mind when I was first picturing it was actually the plasma weapon from the Doom series. Tarak's first ability is the Barrier Guard. This is his main protective damage mitigation tool. Type is Barrier, range is 2 meters in front of Tarak, duration is 5 seconds, cooldown is 10 seconds, which starts immediately upon activation of the ability. The health of the barrier is 700, it does not have any regen. As the barrier gets destroyed, it just goes away, and there is a 20% movement penalty when the barrier is up. And as an extra note, Tarak can attack and use any of his other abilities while the barrier is active. This barrier is powerful and it can be used frequently, but the drawbacks are that it has a very short duration, it's 1 second less than a Winston bubble, and also the area that it covers is much less than the barriers provided by other tanks. From this visualization, you can see that the area will cover what's in front of Tarak and a little bit to the side, but that's it. It's not meant to protect your entire team. It's meant to protect Tarak and one other teammate, and you're going to see how this works very well with the next ability. The Personal Teleport. This is what Tarak uses to immediately assist any teammate who is in danger. The type is a teleport, the range is 30 meters, cast time is 0.4 seconds, cooldown is 5 seconds, and the effect is that Tarak will teleport next to the targeted teammate. Quick scenario, you have a teammate who's in danger, you activate the teleport with a 0.4 second cast time, then it puts you right next to that teammate, and from there you can either body block the damage, or you can use the barrier guard to provide even more protection. But again, that shield is only going to be good enough to protect you and that one teammate who is behind you. He is a personal bodyguard. He's meant to defend only individual team members, not the entire team. Now you might think that the cooldown is a little short, but it's actually the same as Diva's boosters and Hammond's grapple, and 1 second less than Winston's leap. While it does have a short cast time, the teleport itself is instant. But again, this is balanced by the fact that it doesn't deal any damage whatsoever, and you don't have the freedom of movement that those other abilities have. Tarak cannot move anywhere on the map. He can only go to where his teammates currently are. So there is quite a bit of speed in this movement, but it's extremely limited in where you can actually go. His next ability is the Photon Booster. This is not an alternate attack. This is a modification of your primary attack. It replaces it. The type is a self-buff. The damage is now 15. It can no longer critical. The rate of fire remains the same at 1 per 0.1 seconds. The spread angle is still 0. Projectile speed remains the same at 60 meters per second. The ammo usage is now 2 per attack, so it doubles the amount of ammo consumption. The reload time is the same at 1.5 seconds. The duration for this ability is 5 seconds. The cooldown is 12 seconds. It doesn't start until after the ability is over, and the area effect for this ability is 3 meters. And the effect is that now your primary attacks will deal area effect damage. The idea behind this ability is that you give up some of your damage potential against a single target, no longer being able to land those criticals, and instead you deal damage to multiple targets. Now, the non-critical damage for this is still a little bit higher than the normal attacks for a single target, but overall you're going to want to use this against multiple targets because that's where you're going to get the most effect from it. His ultimate is Repulsor Field. Voice line is Removing Troublesome Entities. Type is Knockback. Damage is 5 per pulse with a total of 50 damage. It cannot critical. There's a cast time of 0.5 seconds. The pulse rate is 1 per half second. The knockback distance for each pulse is 6 meters. The duration is 5 seconds. The area of effect where the pulses can reach out to is 15 meters. The charge requirement is 1500, and the effect is that it pushes enemy players away from Tarak in pulses. And a side note is that Tarak can attack and use other abilities while the repulsor field is active. This is essentially the pinnacle in bodyguard technology. This is how Tarak will keep everyone else away from whatever target he's trying to protect. So when you activate this ability, nothing is going to be able to get near them. They can move forward a little bit, but those pulses will keep trying to push everyone back. So this is going to be really good against any sort of attacks or ultimates that require you to be in close, like a Genji Blade or a Reaper ult. Those are going to get pushed away, so it does act as kind of a defensive ult, but other ultimates that work from long range, like a Soldier Tac Visor or McCree High Noon, this ultimate is going to be completely useless in trying to defend against that stuff. In addition, it's also very good at area control if you're trying to capture or defend a point. Just like with Roadhog's ult or Winston, you can use it to force all of the enemies out of an area. When it comes to difficulty, I tend to make a lot of 3-star characters, but I did have requests to make 1-star, so here we have Tarak. Now, I'm not going to be making a follow-up video to this. I'm going to answer all of your questions down in the comment section below, so if there's anything you want to know about the character, just ask it down below. Now, if I don't answer your specific question, maybe I answered something similar from somebody else, so just check through the comments and maybe it was already answered. I want to show you a couple of quick things behind the scenes, some of the original concepts for Tarak. The idea was that he had this kind of air of royalty about him. Now, the first design was going to have it so none of his limbs were actually physically connected to the body. They were just going to kind of float there, similar to what Echo has from that McCree animation. Another possibility was that he was going to have that kind of an energy face. But again, all of that seemed way too similar to Echo, so ended up throwing that out. There was a bunch of different possible visors. We were trying to find something that didn't look like Symmetra's. And also the original coloring was going to be blue because that kind of matched, but the idea was that it needed to be something more unique other than just copying Symmetra's same uniform. Also, the Vishkar uniform itself is more of a purplish color, so we ended up going with that. And again, purple, kind of a royal color, so it very much fits it. And also, as you might have noticed at the very beginning of the video, the name Tarak means protector, so it was a very appropriate name for the character. I hope you guys like it. Again, if you want to check out more of the hero concepts, there's a playlist link down in the video description, and I really would appreciate it if you liked and shared the video on social media and everywhere else you can. It really helps. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. Also, come hang out in my Discord server and my Twitch live stream. Special thanks to my Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see what kind of cool VIP rewards you can get, check the links down below. And remember, always blame the controller because it's never your fault.